Imagine a complex network controlling every aspect of your existence. This is the nervous system, a biological marvel responsible for everything you do. This intricate system receives information, processes it, and triggers responses, allowing you to interact with the world around you. The nervous system is like the conductor of an orchestra, ensuring that all parts work together in harmony. It orchestrates a symphony of activities, from breathing and digestion to movement and thought. Without it, we would be unable to function, let alone experience the world in all its richness. Understanding the nervous system is crucial to understanding what makes us who we are. It is the seat of our thoughts, emotions, and memories. By delving into its intricacies, we gain insights into the very essence of life itself. This essay will take you on a journey through the fascinating world of the nervous system, exploring its structure, function, and the mysteries that still intrigue scientists today. At the heart of the nervous system lies the brain, the command center responsible for processing information and making decisions. This intricate organ, with its billions of interconnected neurons, receives input from the outside world and generates the appropriate responses. The brain is protected by the skull, a bony shield that safeguards its delicate tissues. Extending from the brain is the spinal cord, a long, thin bundle of nerve fibers that runs down the back. The spinal cord acts like a highway, transmitting messages between the brain and the rest of the body. The spinal cord is also protected by a bony structure called the vertebral column, which provides support and prevents damage. Together, the brain and spinal cord form the central nervous system, the control center of the entire nervous system. The nervous system is divided into two main parts, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system, comprising the brain and spinal cord, acts as the central processing unit, receiving, interpreting, and generating signals. The peripheral nervous system, on the other hand, is a network of nerves that extend throughout the body, connecting the central nervous system to organs, muscles, and sensory receptors. Think of the peripheral nervous system as the communication lines that carry messages to and from the central office, which is the central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is further divided into the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movements, and the autonomic nervous system, which regulates involuntary functions like breathing, heart rate, and digestion. Together, the central and peripheral nervous systems work seamlessly to maintain homeostasis and allow us to interact with our environment. The nervous system relies on specialized cells called neurons to transmit information throughout the body. These highly specialized cells are the fundamental units of the nervous system, responsible for receiving, processing, and transmitting electrochemical signals. Neurons have a unique structure that allows them to carry out their function effectively. They consist of a cell body which contains the nucleus and other vital organelles, and branching extensions called dendrites, which receive signals from other neurons. A long, slender fiber called the axon extends from the cell body and transmits signals to other neurons, muscles, or glands. The axon is often covered in a fatty substance called myelin, which acts as insulation, speeding up signal transmission. Neurons communicate with each other through a complex electrochemical process. When a neuron receives a signal from another neuron, it generates an electrical impulse called an action potential. This electrical signal travels down the axon away from the cell body. At the end of the axon, the signal reaches a junction called a synapse, which separates one neuron from another. At the synapse, the electrical signal triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters diffuse across the synaptic gap and bind to receptors on the receiving neuron, triggering a new electrical signal in that neuron. This process of electrical and chemical signaling allows for rapid and precise communication throughout the nervous system. Every movement we make, from a simple blink to a complex dance routine, is controlled by the nervous system. When we decide to move, the brain initiates a signal that travels down the spinal cord and out to the muscles. This signal, carried by motor neurons, instructs the muscles to contract, producing movement. The strength and coordination of our movements depend on the complex interplay of various brain regions, including the motor cortex cerebellum and basal ganglia. The nervous system also receives feedback from sensory receptors in our muscles and joints, providing information about our body position and movement. This constant feedback loop allows us to move smoothly and effortlessly, adjusting our movements in real time. Our senses, sight, hearing, taste, smell and touch are all made possible by the nervous system. Specialized sensory receptors detect stimuli from the environment, such as light, sound waves, chemicals and pressure. These receptors convert the stimuli into electrical signals, which are then transmitted to the brain via sensory neurons. The brain interprets these signals, creating our perception of the world around us. For example, when light enters our eyes, it activates photoreceptor cells in the retina, which convert light into electrical signals. These signals travel along the optic nerve to the visual cortex in the brain, where they are processed and interpreted as images. One of the most remarkable features of the nervous system is its plasticity, its ability to adapt and change over time. This plasticity is what allows us to learn new skills, form memories, and recover from injuries. Learning occurs when connections between neurons are strengthened or weakened based on experience. Repeated activation of specific neural pathways strengthens the connections between neurons, making it easier for signals to travel along those pathways in the future. This process of synaptic plasticity is the basis for learning and memory. Memories are stored in networks of interconnected neurons throughout the brain, and the strength of these connections determines how easily we can recall specific information. Despite significant advances in our understanding of the nervous system, many mysteries remain. Scientists are still working to unravel the complexities of consciousness, thought, and emotion. New technologies such as brain imaging and optogenetics are providing unprecedented insights into the workings of the brain, paving the way for new treatments for neurological disorders. As we continue to explore the intricacies of the nervous system, we will undoubtedly unlock new secrets about what it means to be human. The journey into the nervous system is a journey into ourselves, revealing the biological underpinnings of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. It is a journey that continues to inspire awe and wonder, reminding us of the extraordinary complexity and beauty of the natural world. This video was produced by Medi-Halatack Institute.